Disney Star Wars and those involved in it exist in a dysfunctional fantasy, cognitive dissonant fugue. They are all demented and weird. All the Ben Solo, Reylo stuff has bubbled to the surface again, but inside of that, deep within it, another set of weirdo, queerdo, troon assholes have decided to rear their disfigured, dysfunctional, taken in every hole faces again. Who am I talking about? I am talking about those who think The Acolyte is a work of art. The Acolyte, one of the biggest disasters in Disney Star Wars history. The only thing to actually get the cancellation stamp because it did so badly on Disney Plus, was received so poorly by the public that they had to just end it before it was even over. And it resulted in one of those pathetic displays of stan behavior that we had ever seen up to that point. Save the Acolyte! Oh my God, look, it's trending here and there. People who didn't understand that trending doesn't necessarily mean popularity. It means we're all shitting on it and ripping it to shreds and having fun. I made more money covering the Acolyte than Disney did. Okay? My piddly ass little YouTube channel made more money on that. But here we are in the midst of the uproar, the upheaval, and oh my God, Kathleen Kennedy, the hero, was trying to save Star Wars all along from Bob Iger, who's the true Sith Lord. He was trying to do it, and oh my God, the Acolyte would have been so glorious if Bob Iger hadn't canceled it, because now thanks to the art book that nobody bought, that only professional shills like Holocron and other morons, and I guarantee the morons who are licking themselves and touching and fingering over this shit, I guarantee they didn't buy that book. They're just reading this shit that super shill account like Star Wars Holocron puts up. Let's read this, okay? Let's look at this. Queermere, this stranger, eventually became the first Ren and founded the Knights of Ren, reveals Leslye Headland in the Art of the Acolyte book. It was in the design of the character, as well as knowing that we were going to introduce Darth Plagueis, who has to end up with Palpatine as his apprentice. Following the rule of two, a precept that limited the Sith to just two at any given time, a master and apprentice. Because I know the Star Wars, so I'm telling you all this stuff because I'm a real Star Wars fan. I'm Leslye Headland. I love the Star Wars.
Tell me, what kind of Star Wars fan are you?
I am the type of Star Wars fan that doesn't even have a favorite movie. I just want to live in the universe of Star Wars continually, in perpetuity, forever. So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
One way to keep it going is if, and this is where it boggles it, is if the stranger is the first Knight of Ren, part of the Sith adjacent cult that we know eventually survives. You look at this. Let's break this apart. One, you added in Darth Plagueis at the last minute. That was a last minute addition. Everybody knows this. And oh, they played the Kylo Ren theme. See, that proves he was going to be a Knight of Ren. It connects to Kylo Ren. There was no plan for this show. This is the after the fact shit where she read a bunch of crap that her assistants handed to her because she has to learn about Star Wars. And then, oh, look what we could have had. This is so tone deaf. Look, I'm going to give you more Disney Star Wars while shitting on real Star Wars. And this is the kind of people that believe this shit. The idea, the first Knight of Ren being a Jedi who fell to the dark, and the last Knight of Ren being a Darksider who was sent back to the light. Leslye, your mind is genius! This is so brain dead. These are people, right here, these are people who only care about Disney Star Wars. This is a line of thought that I have pushed for a long time. The people who like this shit, they only care about everything after 2012. Hence this report right here. Real Star Wars Victor. The Knights of Ren come from this Jedi lineage. Yeah, nobody knows this. Nobody read this. I guarantee. Show this cover of High Republic comic trash to anybody out there at any convention, and they won't know who these people are. And I'm saying I'm not saying Star Wars convention. I'm saying a convention, because anybody who goes to Celebration, they're the stands. Real fans, only a small percentage are real fans. They're all stands. Nobody knows who this is. And nobody cares that Leslye Headland is trying to link the High Republic, almost made a faux pas there, the High Republic to the sequel trilogy, which is what Disney wants. That's what Disney wants. Disney wants you, and everybody involved with it wants you to only think about Disney Star Wars canon timeline. They don't want you to think about George Lucas Star Wars. They only want you to connect what they've created. And here is the truth of all of this. The world rejected the sequel trilogy. The world rejected the Acolyte. The world didn't reject the High Republic. The world ignored the High Republic. One of the biggest failures in history as an event, a campaign. The High Republic launched to middling fanfare and then had nothing but a steep and massive decline to the end of its existence. Well, Adam, they're trying to bring it back. Nobody knows, nobody cares. You could offer somebody $1 million. All you got to do is tell me the name of these two characters right here. And I guarantee 9 out of 10 people wouldn't be able to do it. Oh, you'll come across some weirdo or someone like me who has been watching it enough to get it. But even I wouldn't do it, because right now, if they didn't have their names right here, I wouldn't know who they were. All I would know is, oh, it's a dumb green hair. I know she's the dumb little green-haired bitch they introduced at the whole beginning of the High Republic as the biggest, bestest prodigy ever, and she has a lightsaber whip, which doesn't fucking make sense. A light whip makes sense, which Lumia had. This doesn't physically. Physics doesn't make sense. But they slurp themselves over this. Disney Star Wars is only loved by people who like Disney Star Wars. Real fans of real Star Wars don't like it. They've rejected it and a failure. So when you see something like this, it's an attempt to legitimize Disney Star Wars using Disney Star Wars. And that evidence doesn't fly because people don't know and don't care about any of this garbage. And we're going to keep laughing at this stuff. I know we are. Watching the stands, try to behave as though this is meaningful. Try to behave that the Knights of Ren come from this Jedi lineage. Trying to behave like this means something is laughable, silly, and pathetic. Because this means absolutely nothing. Just like Disney Star Wars and its fake fan stan base. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.